Gentlemen, masculinity is not domination. It's devotion to truth, to healing, to alignment, to protecting your family, not just with fists or finances, but with emotional safety. I spent years trying to do everything right, provide, protect, perform, and still there I was, a grown man with a family that didn't feel safe around me. What I remember the most is the way she looked at me, like I was a stranger, like someone she had learned that she had to be careful around. And I'll never forget the moment it hit me I had no fucking idea what it meant to be a man. A wife who no longer respected me. A son who started flinching when my tone shifted. And that was the moment I realized that I had been taught how to perform masculinity, not embody it. And what I thought had made me a man was actually destroying me. Nobody ever tells you how heavy that mask gets. You just wake up one day and realize that you don't remember your own voice. You've been speaking in tones that aren't even yours. Laughing at jokes that you don't find funny. Or saying that I'm fine when your chest is caving in and your jaw is clenched so tight it hurts to chew. I thought masculinity was about control, about keeping it all together, about always having the answers. But behind that curtain, I was just confused. I was exhausted and angry all the time. And listen, anger, that was the only emotion I actually felt safe expressing. Everything else had been labeled as weakness. That sadness was pathetic. Fear was failure. Tenderness was something that I didn't even have a language for. And so I suppressed it all. I buried it. And I told myself that I was strong, but it wasn't strength. It was complete shutdown. And guys, the truth is, most men are not strong. They're numb. Not because they're broken in some way, but because they were never shown how to feel without collapsing. And so we fake that. We posture. We dominate when we're scared, and we withdraw when we're ashamed, and we call that masculinity. But real masculinity, guys, that's presence. It's the courage to stay when every cell in your body wants to run. It's the integrity to own your shit instead of blaming someone else. It's the softness to cry in front of your kid and let them know that it's okay to have your emotions. It's the willingness to be seen without a performance, to love without control, to listen without fixing, and most importantly, to lead without needing to be right. I didn't learn that in a book, you guys. I learned it on the floor of my office, alone, crying into my hoodie because I had just done something stupid again. Like something that was completely blowing up my entire life. And I was so angry at myself, at how far I had drifted from the man that I'd promised to be. And that moment broke me. But it also woke me up. When I started doing the work, the inner work, not the productivity bullshit, but the real work, I did this exercise of writing a letter to the boy that I used to be. The one who didn't yet believe that he had to earn his worth. And I screamed in the towels. I tracked my triggers. I practiced telling the truth, even when my voice shook. And slowly, I started coming home to myself. Gentlemen, masculinity is not domination. It's devotion to truth, to healing, to alignment, to protecting your family, not just with fists or finances, but with emotional safety. And I see so many men trying to lead without having led themselves first, trying to fix their marriage without looking at their own nervous system, trying to show up for their family while still abandoning their own inner child. You cannot lead others if you have not led yourself. You cannot be the anchor if you've never sat in a storm. And listen, guys, if any of this resonates with you in some way, like if something hits you in the chest, if you feel what I'm trying to say here, I just need you to know that you're not alone. In fact, there's a link in the description down below where you can schedule a call with me. No pressure, no cost, just a man-to-man, heart-to-heart conversation. Or you can join my community on Skool, where we go deep into healing the emotional blocks that are in your way. And we teach men how to regulate their nervous systems and how to rebuild trust and become the leader that your family actually needs. But if you're sitting here wondering, like, this all sounds great, but really, where do I begin? Like, what's the first step? Let me give you something that I had to do with myself and that I teach all of my clients to do. It's writing a letter of intention, a raw, clear declaration to your future self and to the people that you love the most. And you tell them what you're done carrying, what you're committed to building, and make it real. Make it something that you can't ignore. You guys, this is not for performance sake. This is for truth, for direction. When I wrote that letter, it changed everything for me. It was like the first time I didn't lie to myself about who I was becoming. Because the truth is, you were never meant to perform masculinity. You were meant to embody wholeness. And when you finally stop pretending, like when you finally strip it all down and get honest, that's when the real man shows up. Not the version who has all of the answers, but the one who's willing to find them. Not the one who controls everyone, but the one who leads with presence. Not the one who hides his pain, but the one who uses it to create safety for others. And that's the kind of man that your family wants. That's the kind of man that this world needs. And that's the kind of man that you already are underneath all of that pretending. So I want you to take a deep breath and go write a letter like that. And when you're ready, I'll be here. Links in the description if you guys need me.